Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mix It Up podcast. I'm Mike. That's Nick.
What up?
Nick, eventful week, man. I went to the Yankee game on Wednesday. I went with the BBO NYG podcast crew,
Nick.
Jules, Vinny. We sat down 4 rows up
That's
from
awesome.
the field. Then the Nick game was on the same night. We kept going back and forth between the seats and the bar because the tickets come with the access. So
Mhm.
definitely, next game we go to, we got to get, we got to get the,
Hell yeah.
Larzo crazy to a game. Hopefully, I get 4 tickets to a game sometime soon. Fucking fantastic night, man. It got ripped up. I was on vacation last week.
Nice.
Great time. Vinny drove down. Didn't have to
Uh-huh.
worry about the train or figure out how to get home.
Nice.
All in all, a good night, man.
That was good.
What about
I
you,
never
man?
sat that close. I never sat that close
Dude, it
like
was
that.
so during the game. You know how the kids go down and they beg for a ball,
Yeah.
and I was sitting on the edge of like the last seat, and I knew the ball. Like I knew it in my mind that the ball was gonna go over these kids because there's like fucking 5 of them, and it was gonna land right near me.
Uh-huh.
So the ball, fucking, I see the ball happen and go near me. Like I'm not diving for the ball or anything. I'm gonna just pick the ball up and give it to one of the kids. Some
Hmm.
fucking old man comes down, fucking was panicking and grabbed the ball. He didn't grab it out of my hands.
Yeah.
But then as soon as he grabbed, he's like, I'm so sorry. I got a kid, man. I'm like, listen, man, I could buy 10 of these. I don't care. I was going to give it to one of the kids. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It
Yeah.
was just like, but I knew in my mind, like right before it happened, I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So like I had the ball in my hand, touch real quick, but I was hammered. I could have scooped it up like a true first baseman that I am if I wasn't
Right.
hammered, but I was gonna give it to one of the kids there, be like a nice, and then I wanted the whole crowd to look at me and start clapping because I
Right.
did a wonderful thing or be on TV. That's my only motivation to do it.
Of
Otherwise, I would
course.
have took that ball and put it in my pocket.
That guy didn't have a kid. You know he didn't have a kid.
I'm like, I almost told him, I was like, go to Modell's, man. Just go to Mo's. It's not that
Yeah.
big of a deal,
Right.
you know. He kept
Yeah.
apologizing, like, I'm sorry. I'm like, dude, I get it. You got a kid. I get it. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. I was gonna give it to one of these kids anyway. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna beat you up, you
He
know.
was afraid, he was afraid you were going to beat his ass.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, it's not that serious, bro.
Yeah.
The ball. But yeah, good time, man. What about you? You had a eventful week or what?
Um, I guess. I mean, I worked all week. On Saturday, I recorded with my band Hindsight. We got a couple new songs coming out soon. It was a lot of fun. We had 8 hours in the studio, man. The time flew by though,
Eight
when you're
hours.
8 hours, a full day's worth of work. So we have like 3 songs that we will be putting out, intermittently or whatever. One of them is a badass version of Folsom Prison Blues, which I'm looking forward to getting out there, man. Johnny Cash song,
Johnny
really,
Cash, right?
yeah.
I knew
Yeah,
it.
really cool fucking version of it. Fucking heavy, heavy fucking rips. So looking forward to that, and then a couple originals that we did. Um,
Oh, cool.
yeah, and then let's see. So yesterday, I played softball. I played
What?
softball yesterday.
Where and with who? How dare you?
Yesterday morning. Well, it was Mother's Day. Shout out to the mothers up there that are here and up in heaven. Shout
Shout
out
out
to
my
those
mom.
mothers.
Shout
Yep.
moms.
Um, so yeah, so my buddy, my guitar player for my band, Rob, he was like, he plays in an over 40 league, and he was like, you want to play in Yorktown? And I was going to my brother's house for Mother's Day tomorrow, so it
Oh,
was literally 5 minutes down the road. So I was like, hell yeah. So I went, and it was an over 40 wooden bat league with a green ball, but it's the yellow ball, but it's like the shitty yellow ball.
mhm.
Dude, modified pitching is the
Really?
shit.
Really?
Like, it's the fucking best. I never want to fucking. You would never want to play fucking arc softball ever again in your life, dude.
No
These
shit.
balls are fucking whizzing in. You're like whack, fucking hitting like legit like hits. You know, I mean, the ball's not fucking getting launched. Some people hit the ball, but they're
Yeah.
not launching the ball like White Plains. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dude, fun. But honestly, after seeing our team, I don't think we'd even be able to fucking hang, dude. I don't think we'd be able to hang because these guys don't know how to play small ball. I realized, man, they really don't. Our team don't know how to play fucking small ball, which makes no sense. Like the people that thrive in that league are people that hit singles.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
But you know
know?
what? Nobody's hitting. Nobody
Yeah.
is.
Well, I talked to I met one of these a guy there the other day, which Pugsley actually knows. This dude rolled up in you know that car that's like half mo looks like a motorcycle. It's not a Raptor. It's got one wheel in the back. It looks like a fucking Batmobile.
Yeah. I know what it
Whatever
is.
it's called. I don't know what it's
Vesta?
called.
Vespa?
No, it's not a fucking Vespa. Vespa's a scooter.
Yeah, but
So
yeah, that's right. Wow.
so the guy rolls up in that and like there's no roof of it, you know what I mean? He's blasting rap and shit and hip whatever. So
Right.
I'm like, this guy ain't from around here, I said to myself, right? So I went up to the park, back to the parking lot, just specifically to like just talk to him. So I was like, oh man, this thing's cool. Dude, number one, those cars only go for like 30 grand or something like that. I thought it was like $100,000 car,
Yeah, they're
right?
not. Yeah, because my one of my fellow former workers used to have
Yeah.
one. He used to drive it to
Yeah.
work. Yeah, they're not that much.
That's cool. So like anyway, I'm talking to him. His name is Anthony. Pugs knows him. Um, he travels, dude. He travels on a softball team and shit like that. He's a cool guy from the Bronx. So we were supposed to get our asses kicked by this team, but we were actually up for a little bit, and like we ended up losing by 5 or whatever. But I'm telling you, dude, you would have fun in this league.
Really?
I loved it. They want me to play on their team, but I can't. I don't have that many Sundays available. You know,
It's only
don't.
Sundays. Only a
Only
Sunday league.
Sundays in the morning, and I know our team wouldn't commit to that shit. Number one, that's too
Sunday
much. Then
morning? No
yeah,
way.
Sunday morning you're like, oh, I gotta come home for fucking softball. You
Yeah.
know,
Plus, you got to travel up to Yorktown, and then it's like, what if you want to drink the night before? You're not really going to wake up and play.
no,
No way. No, we won't be able to commit to that. Hell no.
it's unfortunate though, man, because I'm telling you, fun,
Wonder if there's
dude.
any other like night leagues with the Wooden Bats.
I don't know.
Yorktown.
Yeah,
You know,
oh no,
maybe that's
definitely.
something.
Bradhurst in up
Valhalla?
in Thorn, Hawthorne.
Is it? Oh,
Um,
it's
it's
Hawthorne?
Hawthorne up there. Yeah, it was the wooden bat league. It's not modified pitch. I used to play with Farley. Fucking fun, man.
It's not modified pitch?
Not modified pitching. It's arc. But if it was modified, fuck yeah.
It
I'm
would be
telling you,
fucking dope.
dude's getting struck out 3 pitches in a row just looking. It's not something that you should get struck out. You would get struck out on. You
Yeah,
should
yeah.
not strike out looking at 3 pitches in a row. They're not fucking gunning it in. You know what I'm saying?
How'd you do
Never.
though?
I did good.
Yeah.
I popped out the first time because I wasn't used to it. Then I fucking lined the shit out of the ball up the fucking middle, and then I walked because I had to because the guy was throwing all over the place, and I was like, all right, if I fucking swing at something
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
ground out here or something, they're gonna be fucking pissed. So I just took the walk.
Yeah, maybe. Like I think I would probably be able to hit better modified. I hate that the lob and the arc is just so
Yeah.
frustrating. I feel like I
Uh-huh.
can't wait for the ball to get down and
I
I
know.
just rush to hit it. I think that's what my problem is sometimes.
Yeah.
Then sometimes I'm just amazing. Shit happens.
But yeah, it was fun. It's a fun time. I got a question for you.
Tell me.
If all right, what's herbier than this, okay? Sitting down at a lunch table with um Tupperware, okay?
Yeah, that's gay, but whatever.
Right? 41 years old, around that age, right?
Mhm.
Eating your lunch,
Like a toddler.
right? Heating it up in the microwave, coming back to your seat, eating your lunch, and then when you're done, putting your Tupperware top back on your Tupperware container, and then putting it in a bag and walking away.
You describe the gayest person on the planet. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I would never bring Tupperware anywhere. If I gotta come out my house with like a BLT,
Yeah.
I'm just having it in my hand and I'm throwing it in the passenger seat. Maybe if it's lucky, get put on a napkin.
What if it's
Oh,
a chicken thigh and like mixed vegetables and a potato? Are you gonna put that in piece of tinfoil?
on a plate. And then if it survives the car ride, so be it. I'm not gonna go get like a cover for my Tupperware.
Dude,
First off,
so
where do you get Tupperware from? The Avon lady?
yes, you get it from the Avon later lady. Shameful, right? Shameful fucking existence, right? Shameful like scenario. That's what I do now. That's what my lunch.
That's
So
you.
like
You
that's my
describing
lunch.
yourself.
Yeah,
Wow, man,
that's
that
my
is the
lunch.
most herbiest thing. I haven't. No, no wonder why the guy never wanted you to sit in your seat. He's like, look
Mm-hmm.
at this guy with the Tupperware. Like, why are you sitting in my spot, Herb?
Yep.
And he did it. He fronted you, man.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Unbelievable, right?
Terrible. I feel I feel sorry. I feel embarrassed to know you
Yep.
now that I know that you do that.
Yep.
So now what you have to do, you have to take a video of this exact scenario tomorrow when you're having lunch.
Tomorrow. I will.
Set your camera up and do like your routine where you
I
open the
will.
Tupperware and you
Yep.
put it back in, shrink it all down to like about 10 seconds. So I'm not
Yeah.
watching you eat a goddamn sandwich, but I think that would be pretty fucking funny.
The most pathetic part of it is the sound of the Tupperware closing at
Yeah,
the
because
end of the
everybody
whole
looks
ordeal.
at you.
It's like just the softest sound. It's not like it's not cool at all. The sound of closing Tupperware. Like if you're in your house, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you closing your Tupperware container up. But to be like in a place where you're just sitting down at a lunch table and you put your fucking Tupperware top back on and
Yeah,
close it like a fucking herb.
terrible. I feel bad. So now you go to the bathroom when you start peeing, like this, like the sound of your pee hitting the urinal sounds feminine now.
I don't know. I sit
Right?
down now. I just sit down
You
at the
sit.
toilet.
Yep. You definitely I don't know what happened to you, man. The working man changed you, man.
Oh my God. Oh
Brutal.
my God. What's up? Name something. Name something. Try to think of something even herbier. Even though it can't be, I don't think anything's herbier.
No,
But
like I'll tell you what I did in school. What was cool. Speaking of Mother's Day, shout out to my mom. Um, she used to. Oh man, all the kids was jealous. You ex Pugsley, they were all jealous. Marshmallow, Pugsley. My mom used to like. I used to love chicken nuggets. Remember Weaver had the chicken nuggets blue box.
yeah,
She used to make those shits like heat them up in the morning, wrap them up in tin foil, give me little fucking things of ketchup that we steal from McDonald's. And I used to go have lunch. I'd fucking open up the tin foil.
yeah.
The nuggets were still fucking hot, right? From fucking 8 in the morning to about 11 and 11:30. And I'm opened up and eating nuggets. And then all the kids are like, yo, how'd you get that? Where'd you get that? I'm like, yeah, I see. Them motherfuckers started copying me. And they
Yep,
started having their moms do it.
yep. Nug up.
So that was a cool shit. So
Hell
that's
yeah.
what you should do. You should just bring something in tinfoil. Be a man. I was even a man in fucking fifth grade.
Should bring a barbecue in and fucking cook a steak in the middle of the fucking
Bring
place.
a fucking George Foreman grill in there. All right. Get a fucking chef's hat, one
Yeah,
of the fucking aprons, and just start fucking cooking.
I'll take orders.
Yeah, right. Hey, what you want, Bob? Give me a fucking double.
Oh
Yeah, that's how
shit.
you should do it. You earn some respect. You change the game at that workplace. If you do that and do the shit where you bring in your own fucking toilet to work,
That's right. I
you'll
forgot
be
about that.
you'll be a legend at that place. They'll have a fucking picture of you on the fucking wall. I was like, you know what? This people tell that story to like every generation. Like, you know what this motherfucker did one time when the company first started? He took a fucking toilet. We went to Home Depot, went to fucking aisle 6, grabbed the fucking toilet, brought it there, his own toilet, hooked it up. Then he fucking grilled with us one day. He fucking brought a George Ford. He brought a whole fucking. He brought the tank. Went to a propane store. The fucking guy's a lunatic. Oh man,
God,
that would be fucking so fucking fantastic. We did that.
that would be. That would be. Oh shit. I
Legend.
should get a, I should get a fucking should get a porta potty and put it in the middle of my office.
Pop a squad that just take out the newspaper.
Blow it up in the
Yeah.
middle of the office.
Now that's a manly sound.
Can you guys hear me?
It's what happened. It's whatever was in that Tupperware was pretty bad, and it just went right through me.
I sit down at lunch with the geezer, an old geese. Her name's Jeannie.
I
She's the
do.
best. She's the sweetest. She's the sweetest lady. I love her so much. That's my lunch mate. That's my lunch buddy.
Nice.
She said so when I got kicked off that other table by that guy. So by the way, his wife got laid off. Unfortunately, she was a nice lady. She worked in my. They did some layoffs. She worked
Oh
in my.
shit.
So like
Really?
he's by himself now, which sucks. I should have
Yeah,
assumed it.
of course. Yeah.
But I'm sitting. So it used to be me and the lady and another older guy. He got laid off too. So now I'm just like I'm spending time with her. Like not that she needs it, but like it's nice to spend time with her. You know what I mean? And I think she likes that I sit there. But she sets up. She's like, "Oh, you gonna sit here today?" She puts a piece of paper towel down for me, sets me up
Oh wow.
like a little placemat. She's adorable. She's the best. And then we just talk a little bit, and then I say, See you around, Jeannie.
Yeah, right. She comes home and tucks you in at night.
Nah, she's
That's
great.
nice.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
nice to have a work buddy.
yeah. The people at my job are great. They're fun to like we talk now. My office used to be it still is quiet in my office, but joke around a little bit.
That's
And
good.
yeah, I'm in some more meetings now, so kind of like lightens up the day a little bit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. At least you're not just sitting there.
But I have like a workload that just I'm trying to catch up. Like if it was busy, I'd be so underwater. The whole company would go down. That's like I have so much stuff that's like maybe it's maybe it's not as backed up as I think it is. It's like
I don't
but
know.
it's a little sloppy. It's a little sloppy. The sloppiness is going on. You know what I'm saying? Like my main objective right now is to get more precise with the job.
Okay.
There's spreadsheets out there that people can't really trust right now with information that's not trustworthy. So
Okay.
that's my main goal. Go in there, fix it up. But then I have my other job that I'm supposed to still be doing. So something's gonna slack. They've proven that you can't actually multitask with your mind. Your attention is either here or it's there, right? And
Right.
it just gets your attention just gets stolen throughout the day in jobs like this. You know what I mean? You could be focused on something, and then somebody comes into your office and they need something right away, and your whole day's shot. You just like you never go back to that,
Right.
and
Your
you go back
focus
to a
just
hundred
changed.
other things. You
Yeah. Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Your focus just shifts. I would
it's
hate that. That would
crazy.
drive me fucking nuts.
Yeah, because there's so many jobs that are just so much easier on the mind,
Yeah. Yeah.
mindless jobs that you get paid more for.
Mhm.
But at the same time, like I used to be able to, I would have been able to get a job at like Metro North back in the day, right? Because a friend of mine worked there, and this was when like he could just get you a job, no problem. Now it's difficult.
Mhm.
Like he would have been able to get me a job as a conductor. But when I'm on that train, I say to myself, like, I would not be fucking happy doing this every day, man. You know what I mean? Yes, it's really good fucking money. It's
Yeah. Right.
bizarrely good money, right? And you get a great, I think you get a pension and all that shit.
Mhm.
And I think you could retire pretty early. Like I'd be retired if I started at 20. I think you
Damn.
have to put 20 years in or something like that.
Really?
So that's worth it. That all that stuff. But like, could
I
you
wish somebody
imagine doing
told
that?
me that when I was 18.
I know. There's so many jobs that you can, dude. I wouldn't want to be a cop, but you can retire in 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tons of jobs that you could, civil service jobs, I think maybe 20. No, I don't know about civil service, but could you think you could do that? Walk up and down the train collecting tickets?
Man. I don't know. Especially, like, you got to deal with like the people.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That would mainly drive me crazy. Because if somebody said something stupid, I'd be like, I try to throw somebody off the train, and I don't know if you're allowed to do that as a conductor.
Yeah.
Maybe you do have the authority to do that, to throw somebody off the train. I don't know, but you know, that would drive me fucking nuts. These people, I don't like dealing with like the fucking riffraff.
Yeah. I hear you.
You know, so yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah. I
Definitely,
don't think I could either. I don't think I could either. It's just, it's too mindless in a way, you know?
Yeah, yeah, right.
It's like, what's the point? What is the absolute fucking point of my life right now? You collected tickets and clicking them.
Right. And then you know what? It's really easy when the train stops to just get off and go right in front of it. So yeah, it might be you definitely gotta have your mental sharpness for that gig.
Yeah. I mean, there's other jobs that are like there's literally like people that shovel shit all day. Everybody says, "Oh, I'd rather shovel shit," but there's people that actually like clean out barns and shit
Mhm.
like that, which is I'm sure that's not their only job, shoveling shit.
See, I met a guy today that was works with call ahead. So basically, call ahead means like
Yeah,
you ringing around porta potties or
yeah,
like you talked about. That'd
yeah,
be funny if you actually because when you said porta potty before, I'm just thinking of like a small little toilet and everybody sees you. Now
yeah,
I'm thinking of an actual porta potty with the whole
yeah.
thing, like a big blue bin, and you got the
Yeah.
door. That's even more funnier.
Bring my
Um,
computer into it. I bring my screen.
see the wires just hanging out of it, like the door. Yeah, so I met the guy from Call Ahead, and he was just like, yeah, he's fucking drives around these call heads. Yeah, just throw it down, throw a porta potty, whoever's order. I drive around porta potties all day. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's a great gig, man. Anything with driving, I think is a good job. Like if you had like a CDL, I should
Yeah.
have probably got my CDL. That would have been cool, especially now because in the Northeast, they're just short of drivers. You could like get your experience and then go get a next job, and make a lot of money driving fucking trucks around.
Driving trucks is stressful as fuck too, though, man.
There's people on
Like
the road.
yeah. Well, you're so normal driving. Say you're a delivery driver, like for the beer companies. You're not driving at fucking 3 in the morning. You're not doing these long hauls, right? You're delivering. You're picking your shit up. You're delivering through the day, whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But truck driving, I don't know how these guys stay awake, dude. When I'm fucking coming home from those long nights,
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
those wedding jobs, I'll go from like, yeah, I'm fucking ready to go an hour in, like half an hour into it. Then the next half an hour, I don't know how the fuck I stay up. I have to like every
You have to like
second that I'm blinking my eyes,
you're like this.
I'm forcing myself to stay the fuck up.
I
I
know.
guess they have to pull over after I don't they're not legally allowed to just keep driving and driving and driving. They have to take a fucking
Yeah,
break.
there's a mandatory thing. Like that's why you see the trucks at like rest stops or side
Yeah,
of the road, like they're sleeping,
yeah,
or they're on the side of the road and they're getting like the hookers, like wherever the rest stops like show up.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's I mean, yeah, it's definitely mandatory because yeah, you fall asleep on one of those things.
Oh
Forget
my
about it.
God, scary.
Real scary.
Yeah,
But you
but
know what's not scary?
what? I know
We have a new pope.
we do.
Yeah, I don't know his name. I heard he's from America.
Isn't it Leo?
Is it Leo?
I think
Pope
so.
Leo? All
I'm
right.
pretty sure.
Listen, good luck to the Pope. Make sure you don't cover up for these evil priests that molest kids. So that'd be a good thing to start off as a new pope.
Yeah,
Take out these criminals and all these people that you've been hiding, and show us the secrets of the Vatican. Let
yeah.
us know what's in there. Apparently, there's a viewer in there that it's in the Vatican. You could actually go and look at the past. Yeah, I might have read that on Twitter, so I don't know how accurate this is. But when he said it, I was like, you know what? I believe it. They probably got some crazy shit in the Vatican. I'm sure, like they probably got alien DNA in there. You know what I mean? That shit is like locked up to everybody.
Yeah.
Why is that? What else is in the Vatican that we don't know about?
I don't know.
A lot of stuff in there.
A lot of stuff in there for sure.
I would like to take a visit. Where is the Vatican? Jerusalem?
Italy. It's in Rome.
It's in Rome.
Yeah.
So I would like to take a trip there and be like, yo, let's try to break in. I need to see what's going on here.
You're not breaking in there, buddy.
All right.
Dude, have
I
you
just
ever looked what? Go on.
I just figured like their security is just a bunch of like bodybuilding priests, all jacked up priests,
Yeah.
like just guarding the Vatican all around, like you know.
I'm looking at I'm looking at him right now. I don't know what to think of him, man.
It just
I
looks
don't know
like
what to think.
a normal like I don't know priest or whatever,
He looks like your uncle, right? Like an uncle that's at like
Uncle
Christmas
Leo,
dinner. Uncle
Uncle
Leo.
Leo.
Fucking Uncle Leo. He looks like Joe Pesci a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that. I've seen the picture. Yeah, they did some whole thing like I guess like in the Vatican where they blew black smoke like a few days before that, but I guess because the one pope just got like denied or whatever. I don't know how it works. And then all of a sudden this guy got chosen, then the white smoke comes out. So if you see white smoke comes out, that means, it's like, hey, guess what? We got a pope, you know? So people just wait outside and they just wait for the smoke, like they're in like crowds. So they must have been really disappointed when they seen the black smoke. They're like, oh man. But now like the white smoke comes up, like everybody's like all hyped up about it. But I don't
I
know.
don't take I
That's
don't
cool.
take any I don't take any pope seriously other than Pope John Paul. He's the only one that like looked like a pope, you know?
Yeah, he had the dressings, the gear,
Yep.
He looked like a pope. You're right. And he had the name. It's just like, yo, when you think of Pope John Paul, that's the
Yep.
first name that pops in your mind. You're not thinking of like Pope. I don't know. Who was the other guy before
I
this?
don't know. I don't know. And I think there was two in
Pope
between.
Pope Marcus?
I
Pope
don't the fuck.
Pope
List of popes. Ready?
Pope
List of
Paul?
popes. Chronological list of popes.
I don't know.
Here we go.
I'll remember if I see it. Go
Yeah.
Knicks, by the way.
Yeah. Knickerbockers.
Let's go. Little while.
I'll walk past the kid in the
Little
aisle.
while. Little while. Uh-oh. You heard that music before.
Oh yeah. All right, so it was Pope Leo. Pope Francis was before him.
Oh, Pope Francis. Okay.
Pope Benedict. What?
Pope Benedict. I don't remember that guy.
Oh my God. Dude, so Pope
How'd he
John
sneak in
Paul
there?
was from 1978 to 2005. Then
That's a long time.
Yeah, then Pope Benedict was 2005 to 2013. Um, and then Pope Francis was 12 years. And
Damn.
then this guy, dude, there was a Pope Benedict the 16th was the Pope for 7 years.
I had no clue. I don't know what was the years that he was.
Seven.
No, but what was the years? What was the dates?
2005 to 2013.
Damn, what the hell was going on? I don't even remember. I think I was just balling.
How the fuck don't we remember that guy?
I don't know. I don't think I was paying attention, man, much.
I remember his face. I remember his face, but it was up in the air whether or not he was an actual pope. Like I would be like, yeah, I know that guy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But how come the popes aren't all? I feel like all popes should be Italian.
That would make sense, I guess, if you're
Like
a racist. No,
like Pope Benedict's name was Joseph Ratzinger, right? You're gonna make a pope?
that
You're the Joseph Ratzinger gets born and he thinks to himself, "I'm gonna be the pope one day."
sounds like a college quarterback.
Let's see what Pope John Paul's name was. Uh,
Pope John Paul.
Karol Josef Wawryla. Well, I guess he was like Polish, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Um, let's see. Benedict.
Benedict Arnold.
Oh, he was Joseph Ratzinger. Pope Francis. Jorge Mario Bergoglio.
Wow. Hip
Latin
hip
America.
hip hip. Hooray! Wow.
Yep. And this dude's name, Pope Leo's name is Robert Francis Prevost.
How'd they get Leo from?
They make it up. They just choose them.
They just make up names for them?
Yeah. They choose their own, I believe.
Oh, okay. He's like, yeah, my name's Mike, but call me Leo. All right, you psychopath.
Dude, how did this guy become Pope? He looks like he knows that.
It's who you know.
Oh yeah.
He's like, hey, listen. He probably went in. He probably did the smart thing and went in for the interview. He's like, listen, guys, I know God. I don't want to say it, but I know him. So you might want to let me in here and let me get this job. And they're like, oh, you know him? We know him too. Come on in. That's all we need. It's just who you know. That's all it is.
It is. It is who you know.
I think I know God. I'm getting a little spiritual recently.
Yeah, tell us about it. Tell us about that, Mike.
Well, obviously, like I'm going through my shooting my dog. He's not he's not walking anymore. He's like I have to like help him up to get out go to the bath. So I have like an appointment like the first week of June. So like if I'm praying for a miracle, man. I'm hoping that like he gets better and starts walking again and shit like that. But if the vet tells you that like all right, you should probably put him down, I'll do it right there. I'm not gonna take him out, bring him back.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? I'm just gonna like, get it over with right there.
Yeah.
Because I gotta be like, I gotta be there for him.
Of course.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
So if he's struggling, I don't want to have him in pain. But
Yeah.
gonna do whatever I can from now until then to try to get him like with like another medication, another antibiotic.
Mhm.
They say like massage or massaging his legs like he's at the Four Seasons, um, giving him like other kinds of like supportive treats to
Yeah.
help him up. But the craziest thing, he had like great poops the past few days, and for the most part.
Mhm.
And I was like, wow, like he's having good poops, but now he's having a hard time walking because the medication, like one of the worst side effects is like muscle wasting, muscle weakness. So you can see him having a hard time to get up. Once he's up, he can walk around. I texted the vet wanted to see a video yesterday, so I sent him a video, and he's like, it'd be such a shame to show throw in the towel because he has a lot of life in his face, like
Yeah.
he could see it. So and I told him, I was like, this other medication I didn't like. It was making him real lethargic. I see how he is now. So we're trying different things. So hopefully, man, hopefully I think that's why. So I've been like, I've been praying and shit. I've been like, y'all, please, help my little guy out.
Yeah.
So I picked up the Bible today. I wanted to read something.
Mike's putting his bifocals on, by the way,
Yeah.
for
So if you can
everybody who
see,
can't
like,
see.
this is the move right now. When you pick up a book and you want to be smart, you put
Yeah.
these glasses on and you don't put it on like full blast. You gotta hang it off your nose, like
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is how Jesus here heals a paralytic. Is that how you say? Like some guys that paralyzed.
Can you use it in a Can you use the word paralytic in a sentence, please, Mike?
This guy's a paralytic.
I think we all know what Mike is trying to
All
say.
right.
Paraplegic.
Yeah. Okay. So it's that. So every time I'm gonna say, because it mentions that word in this
Yeah.
thing a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say like you know a guy that can't walk or something like that. I'll
Okay.
make up a name. Okay. So Jesus heals a guy that can't walk. Jesus stepped into a boat, crossed over, and came to his own town. Some men brought him to a guy that can't walk, lying on a mat. When
Wait, Mike,
Je-
change it to a guy that can't walk too good.
Some men brought him to a guy that can't walk so good, lying on a mat. When Jesus saw their faith, he said to the guy that can't walk too good, take heart, son, your sins are forgiven. At this, some of the teachers of the law said to themselves, this fellow is blasphemy.
Yeah,
No,
blasphemy. He said blasphemy, everyone. This fellow's blasphemy.
this fellow is blaspheming. Oh, it's an ang at the end. So he's blaspheming. So knowing their thoughts, Jesus said, why do you entertain evil thoughts in your hearts? Which is easier to say, your sins are forgiven, or to say, get up and walk? But so that you may know that the Son of Man has authority on earth to forgive sins. Then he said to the guy that can't walk so good, get up, take your mat, and go home. This is Jesus said this. And the man got up and went home. When the crowd saw this, they were filled with awe and they praised God who had given such authority to men and a guy that can't walk so good. So yeah, that's a little nice little story. I kind of just like flipping through the pages, trying to
Yeah.
see if I can find something that sparked my interest and kind of related to Barkley. I'm like, and then this pops up, the guy that can't walk. So
Yeah.
like hopefully that's like a sign that I actually just realized. Um that's pretty crazy that I came up to that. I just decided to read that part. Yeah, so I don't know, hopefully like with the power of everything I'm doing, like prayer, all that stuff, and just hoping.
Yeah.
Right? Right, my good boy. Because I do not want him shitting all over my house, peeing all over my rugs. But I'll do whatever I can to help this little guy out. Are you like, are you spiritual at all? Have you hit something that ever came across your mind that kind of led you into another direction? Because we all talk about how we like religion and how I'm
Yeah.
interested in different religions and everybody's like path, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm spiritual, and I I think that I'm not too sure about religion anymore. Like, I don't know. I think anything's possible, right? I'm like Jesus. I'm pretty sure. I believe that guy was sent down here, had crazy ultimate powers, like probably is the son of God, right? Knows everything, all that stuff. And I believe that. I believe that because I believe that anything's true, man. Your mind just like it's like when you're taught that, you kind of just like blindly like follow it, right? You don't really get down to the inner part of that, you know? You just say, "Oh, yes, 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 Jesus came down and saved the world." But really think about that. To think about that for real is
Deep
crazy.
to go
Because
deep.
yeah, because now that we kind of look into the spiritual realm of things and understand a little bit, maybe like 0.006% of it,
Mhm.
and you say to yourself, okay, it wasn't just like, oh, God is here and he just brought his son down. Like, God is ginormous. He's everything. And he was like, yo, Jesus, you're going to go down there, my boy. You're my boy. You're going to suffer, but you're going to show these dudes what's up, right? Like, I'm pretty sure all that happened. The
Mhm.
religious aspect of it, I think, is kind of just it's the man-made aspect of it that's just malarkey. It's malarkey and it's boring,
It
right?
ruins. I think it ruins it, to be honest with you.
Ruins it because it could be so much better. It could be just so much better. Maybe we start our own religion.
I'm not thinking the same way. I think we kind of utilize this podcast to do it. So,
Maybe.
like the listeners, listen, you want in? You know what I
Well,
mean? We could be your preachers. You know,
we could. We could be preachers.
I like that. Like, but I don't like if we're gonna do it right, I want to be able to just talk, not really be preachy about it,
Yeah.
not be like, listen, you have to do this or you're not getting into heaven, or
Right.
you have to do this and your soul is not going to be free. Like all that, you're right. All that garbage is just malarkey. It's just
Yeah.
man-made shit people made up to control you. That's
Yeah.
what it is. But I think we're all deep down inside have a spiritual aspect, and we can bring it to the forefront. Like,
Mhm.
listen, I believe to get into heaven, the afterlife, to live happily ever after, you just got to be like a decent person. You know what I mean? Don't
Yeah.
be a dick. Do whatever you like as long as it's not really hurting anybody. And then you'll be forgiven on any dumb shit you did, and you don't have to like not go here, not go here, not go here because your religion says so.
Right.
That's the shit. Or you have to pay this amount to this religion. Quit your job, give all your money to our religion. This way, our religion. I'm like, what? All that crap is just very too cultish for me.
Mhm.
I don't really care for any of that. Like the Catholic Church is like, it's all like man-made to me. Like I don't believe that you have to go to church every Sunday. I don't believe you have to not eat, chicken before Memorial Day, whatever it is, for the 40 days. Like I don't believe in any of that stuff. I think it's just all like we said, man-made stuff. I think like that's what turns off a lot of people to being like spiritual. I think it's just this
Yeah.
one thing to be faithful, spiritual, try to conduct your life in a manner of like God, but not where it's like almost like making you miserable. And it's like, what kind of life is that? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. But to each its own, I guess.
Yeah. You shouldn't have to wake up on Sunday like, oh, I have to go to church or else, right?
If
It
you
should
like
be,
going,
yeah, no, but if you don't, then you should, But like you're
shouldn't feel
saying,
bad for yourself.
no, the ideal church, in my opinion, would be this: you show up and you say, "All right, does anybody have anything they want to talk about today? Does anybody have any problems?" Right? So somebody will stand up, like, I'm having a big issue with my job, for instance, right? An example, just say like, you know, I'm seeing some bad stuff happen in there. It's not really, people are gonna get hurt over what's happening. Just some sort of example. And then somebody chimes in and says, "All right, does anybody have any advice on that?" Yeah. And then somebody helps out, and then the priest chimes in, like, "Yes, I had, I have a similar thing." And that actually reminds me of this parable of in the Bible,
Mhm.
like that kind of stuff. It's like
It sounds like you're talking about a big meeting,
a big meeting. That's it.
right?
It's a meeting, and you're helping each other. That should be church,
Meetups.
right?
We'll have
It's a
it.
fucking
We'll call it
hangout
meetups.
sesh, meet out sesh.
Yo,
right?
let's meet up and talk about this.
A
Yeah.
meet out sesh.
Let's
Well, your
meet
meet
out.
out.
Everybody's meeting out.
I mean, it's just so
That's a new
boring, man.
T-shirt. Meet out.
Meet out. Meet out.
With a big cross on
Yeah. Dude, just boring, bro. Boring.
that's what it is too. Like church, I always found like growing up was so boring,
Yeah.
so boring. I was just like, what am I doing? Like, get me out of here. And they force you to go and they do. The only thing cool about going to the Catholic school when I was younger, the first Friday of the month, we have like a half a day. We go to church like
Yeah.
at like 10 o'clock. We were out of there out of school like 11:30. It was awesome,
Oh, yeah.
and you didn't
Yep.
have to worry about doing anything else. First Friday of the month was awesome. Miss
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely miss that.
Um, what's it called? I think that, like you were saying, like you read that story. When I was a kid and we were kids, we probably read the Bible, but you didn't put it into you didn't like modern day
Mm-mm.
action, right? You just maybe your teacher would say, "What do you think this is about?" or something like that. Even maybe they wouldn't. I don't even fucking remember. But I think that if I read the Bible now, I think it'd be kind of interesting to really try to see what the underlying theme of that is, right?
An explanation.
Right, because all right,
The wording's terrible for a kid. You're like,
yeah,
what
exactly.
does this mean?
Right. Yeah. And you fucking Goliath. You know what I mean? Like I fucking 40 this guy fasted for 40 days for 9 years. Like he's
It's dope.
146,000 years old. Like, I mean,
Now
the
who cast
stories.
stones shall not rule the planet on the planet of God. And you're like, what? I'm
Yeah,
like, I lost you at the first sentence.
right.
I lost you at the man that can't walk that great.
The fact that what do you think is behind the fact that like there's multiple gospels? There's four gospels in the book. Maybe there's even more, right?
Maybe just Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John were like, we're the only ones that could do this.
Yeah.
Maybe they had a Bob, but they're like, Bob, you're not working so hard on this. Like, we're not gonna include you.
Bob was like, I got all those stories when we went out to the bars. Can
Yeah.
I put those in?
All right, Bob, get out of here, Bob. This is not for you.
I don't know, man.
I know.
Eh,
It's crazy, right?
were they all disciples? No, right? All the Gospels writers weren't disciples
I don't know. I
because
thought
then,
they
like,
were.
what were they doing? Just hanging out, like watching?
They were like, yeah, I guess they were like the first journalists, right? I mean, if you think about it,
Yeah,
they were like a bunch of Maury Povic's, except nicer.
yeah.
And
I don't
actually,
know.
no, it probably is Maury Povich. Like, he is your father. God is your father. Like,
Yeah,
you four Maury Poviches like that. The good Maury Povich.
dude. Who I'm looking up who wrote the Old Testament. It was a bunch of people: Moses, David, Solomon, and various prophets like Isaiah and Jeremiah.
That's a
Like,
lot.
what? What? Like, and then you have the letters, like the letters of the letter. This is a letter of Paul to the like to the Corinthians.
Yeah.
What
Who are
the
the
fuck does
Corinthians?
that even mean,
Right.
dude? We just say, oh, okay, cool. Like who the fuck are the Corinthians?
I'm just thinking like a group of people that were just like they want to hear what Paul had to say. Like that's all I know. That's all I know about the Corinthians, and that
Right.
just sounds like a made up name too. Like the Corinthians. Like what we're gonna call this group of people? The Corinthians. Like what? I'm like all right,
Like
that sounds cool. How
he
do you
wrote a
spell it?
letter. He wrote a letter to an entire nation. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
who were
right.
the Corinthians? Like and
I'm gonna
like
write a whole letter to China. Like yeah, I love you, women.
crazy,
That's it. The end. Love Mike. Crazy man, fucking crazy. Speaking
yeah.
of fasting, I started a fast Sunday morning, nine
Oh,
o'clock,
nice. Yeah.
and I lasted until today at 3 o'clock. So I lasted 30 hours.
A full day fast.
Yeah, I did 30 hours. I was trying to go for 48, but I just couldn't do it. I started getting a really bad headache.
Yeah.
Like it was like Jesus. I was trying to drink as much
Oh
water as I
shit.
can to get rid of
Yeah.
it, but my body was like, you know what? Don't go crazy the first time and try to do
Yeah.
because this is a 72-hour fast I want to build myself up to. But I was
Yeah.
really hoping to get to 48. But listen, I did almost half,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
at the first fucking try. But yeah, I did that. And all I did at 3 o'clock today was have a protein shake and
Nice.
nothing else. Yeah. So like it's definitely I felt like they say you're supposed to like feel like less inflammation and stuff. Like
Yeah.
my knee wasn't as bothering me like it was, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Shit like that. So I definitely felt good. Like my stomach, I was like, oh shit, nice.
Good.
So it's nice to do that and like, I don't know. I think it's good for the body, like recell generator or whatever they say,
Definitely.
like, all that
Hmm.
bullshit. So I'm with
Yeah.
it, man. So I'm definitely gonna do it next week again. I gotta try to go for longer. Starting on a
That's good.
Sunday, try to go for Tuesday.
Yeah, I think I would maybe try it on a weekend, like the whole weekend, like, start on a Saturday morning and try to get the 2 days done out there so you're not like working, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's tough though, because what are you gonna, I mean, maybe I could do it at work because I don't get super duper starving at work. So maybe I could power through it, but
Yeah.
it worked. Like the juice cleanse, like I'm
It
still
does
feeling
work.
like good. I feel the benefits of it still, like the inflammation in my body, like
Excellent.
a change happened from that 3 day fast. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I mean? For sure. And the supplements that I'm taking, like taking this bee pollen, man. I'm telling you, it fucking works. I'm just eating these granules, and I'm taking this methylated multivitamin, whatever it is, like in all of that, dude. I don't even think your your doctor tests you for your like vitamin deficiency. So like we could just be deficient in a vitamin and that's why you're in so much pain or something like that.
That's yeah.
Like B vitamins, like this lady I work with actually, she was telling me about this chiropractor that she goes to and she had a frozen shoulder, right? And she goes like this, you're
Frozen.
low on B12. She was like, "What?" She was like, "That's why you have a frozen shoulder." She was like,
That's
"Okay."
cool.
So she worked on her and like helped her shoulder and then she was like, "Go to your doctor, get tested for your B12." She went there. The doctor was like, "Oh, I don't test. We don't test for." She goes, "Is my B12 low?" And he goes, "Oh, I don't test for that." She's like, "What the fuck?" So he tested her, and her B12's fuck was super low, like super fucking low.
That'd be
So
funny if the doctor's like, well, you don't have any B12.
so then they put her on a supplement, and
Okay, and then she's better.
yeah,
I
like we
think
should all be on
vitamins
that
are the
shit.
way.
They
Like
are the
we
way, and
have
not your Flintstone vitamins.
right. I love those Flintstone vitamins. They
Yeah,
work. They do work though. Yeah, but we
yeah.
have a mutual friend. We'll call him Hike Hilarious. He's going through some stuff, so he needs some prayers and support.
Yeah,
I told him about what I take for my immune system is oil of oregano. They're
oh,
like little
nice.
pills.
Yeah,
Bought them, dude. It's fantastic. I haven't been sick in over a year, like taking that thing. I
sick.
take
Hmm.
that. I take vitamin C
Yeah,
and I take zinc. So those are
nice.
my supplements. I take, and I take something else, but those are and I take creatine gummies. So those are my go-to. And I'm telling you that regimen for me
Yeah,
is just fantastic. I do feel like I've thinned down. People notice that like, oh wow, you lost weight.
yeah,
Like I could tell I lost like fat by just doing this, and my
nice.
body feels good. That's why I did the fast. So I think
Good.
everybody needs it because we have like a lot of because that's what my dog has. My dog has inflammation. Everybody has inflammation, and we just got to figure out a way to get that down because of all the crap we're eating and drinking
Yeah,
and breathing. So
yeah.
yeah, definitely worth it. Look into the oil of oregano for real.
All right.
And that's all I got, man.
Well, that's good because it's 7:30.
And it's time for the Knicks.
Time for the
So
Knickerbockers. Yep.
Knicks gonna win tonight, so let's bet it. Go
All right.
Knicks.
Hell yeah.
And with that, we out. See you next week.
Peace.
Sometimes the darkness shades the light. Sometimes the day feels like the night. I don't know what's wrong with me. Never mind about what I've seen. I'll sit alone in this disguise, but I'll try. So I hang my head, I drown my thoughts, smoke my stuff, and I sing my song. I don't know much what it used to be. I love myself, but I don't love me, no. inside myself today.